we were not happy with him buying oil from Russia, because that lets Russia continue on with this ridiculous war where they've lost 1.5 million people, by the way. Russia's lost 1.5 million people, soldiers mostly.
India, the world's third largest oil importer, has been gobbling up cheap Russian crude, saving billions unmindful of the Western sanctions. But is the party over? An RTI query by TheFederal reveals it could be time to wind things down. HPCL, for one, imported no Russian crude in August 2025. Is this the end of the discount dream, or just an aberration for HPCL? The Federal reached out to several stakeholders to gather more information. The Petroleum Ministry's Petroleum Planning and Analysis Cell, or PPAC, which coordinates with state-owned oil companies, turned down the query. It called the information commercial and confidential and exempt under Sections 8, 1D and E of the RTI Act. BPCL and Indian Oil also dodged the RTI bullet, citing confidentiality. As we know by now, HPCL in August 2025 imported exactly 0 Russian crude, and earlier the company imported crude continuously from April 2022 to July 2025. The lowest was 131 TMT in February 2025 and the highest 1,146 TMT in October 2024. But there were exceptions even then. It had made 0 imports in August 2022 and October 2022. So what changed now? Did the center ask HPCL to stop? Did Trump have his way after all? No, claims the company. In a recent press meet, HPCL's chairman Vikas Kaushal told reporters no direction to buy or stop. Now let's look at the sequence of oil imports from Russia. In April 2022, imports kick off at low volumes, ramping up as discounts hit $20 to $30 below Brent. Mid-2022 to 2023, steady climb going up to 500 to 800 TMT monthly by late 2023. Peak was on October 2024 with 1,146 TMT. That's HPCL processes Russian heavy sour crude, making up 13% of its total FY24 intake. Then in early 2025, a dip to 131 TMT in February, but still trucking through July. Then August 2025, 0. Trump is breathing down the neck and India may have to halt Russian crude import altogether. However, when the going was good, Indian oil companies made hay. Around 40% of India's oil imports are from Russia, says independent trade data and analytics firm Kepler. From October 2023 to mid-October 2025, Russia supplied 1.735 million tons monthly to India, which is 40.8% of total imports. This beat Iraq's 936,000 tons and Saudi's 645,000 tons. We have HPCL's data, but what about the others? Media reports say BPCL and MRPL sourced 35 to 40% of their crude from Russia in the third quarter of fiscal 2024 to 2025. Reliance, the other oil giant, is exempt from RTI since it's a private firm. But media reports say Reliance has processed vast volumes of Russian crude at its Jamnagar refinery, exporting refined products to the West at premiums. This estimated to have fueled a 2% earnings boost. Now, will India give up on Russian crude to mollify Trump? Funnily, it's America that prompted India to buy Russian oil in the first place. Former US Ambassador to India Eric Garcetti even admitted this in 2024. India bought Russian oil because we wanted somebody to buy it. The US wanted this to steady the markets. Fast forward to Trump 2.0. He's raging, calling India's buys funding the war, and slapping tariffs. India imports 85% of its crude, no choice. Russian oil was the cheapest, outpacing Saudi and Iraq. But looks like geopolitics could trump discounts. So, is India quitting Russian oil for good or just a Trump tantrum timeout? Drop your take in the comments.